So, marathon commentary practice, I guess. This is Robot Wars Extreme Destruction for the Game Boy Advance. The category is any %. The objective of this category, we need to unlock the arena editor. This is done by unlocking the different stages in a fixed progression, because that's how the game is done. If we could choose how we unlock it, then things could be a bit faster depending on stage, but as it is, it's a fixed progression. Timing will start as soon as I press A to go into the single player menu. Timing will end on cease on the last battle in the stage Red Planet Rumble. So yeah, 3, 2, 1, go. So first of all, we're going to start off in the studio. This is the same as the TV studio, or at least similar to the TV studio found in the original Robot Wars series. There are two different game categories, Bash and Dash and Mayhem. The difference between them is Bash and Dash, the AI are all ganging up on the one king, queen, monarch, whatever you would want to call it. Unfortunately, that is me. That will always be you. We can win by outlasting them for 3 minutes. However, that is slow, and this is a speedrun. Also, Kyle, thank you for the subscription with Prime Gaming. The other game mode, Mayhem, the AI won't necessarily target you, and you don't necessarily win by outlasting the 3 minutes. We do use 2 robots in this run as well. The robot you see me using right now is Firestorm 3. Firestorm is a flipper, front hinge flipper. It is generally very good at handling multiple opponents at once, especially when they're ganging up on you. And is also useful in Mayhem mode when we use it because of the big pit, as you will see in our next stage, Melting Pot. Big lava pit. If your robot falls in there, it's probably melted. It's probably not going to survive. So yeah, I guess donation time. Oh yeah, the other robot actually. The other robot we would use in this category is Dominator 2. That robot is much better in one-on-one situations, but it is also a lot safer in other battles. I'll talk more about that later when we actually use Dominator 2. The next stage we're going to now is Deep Freeze. It's another Bash and Dash stage that we need to do. The mechanic of this stage is floor slippy when iced over. Turning from side to side is going to be, well, we're going to slip and slide a bit more than usual. This is a stage where we also have to do more than just the bronze difficulty. We have to do bronze and silver for it. And that is because of, again, how the game works. You have to complete the right, not only the right stage, but and the same right game mode, but also the right difficulty to unlock the next stage. And there are 3 different difficulties: bronze, silver, and gold. The only difference being what robots can show up. The more destructive robots showing up in the harder difficulties. Yeah, we use Firestorm still anyway because crowd control is easier. There's only one point in Bash and Dash where we change, and that'll be when we do gold. Now would be a fairly decent time for donations as we fight in silver for this stage. Because there's nothing really that I would want to talk about until after the stage. I guess with Tornado being counted out like that, there are 3 ways of eliminating a robot. Either by causing enough damage to them that they go on red fire and ultimately defeated. Getting them in the pit being the fastest way, or getting them counted out by having them in a way that they cannot self-right, like Tornado in that instance. Wheel a big cheese if cheese is to go onto its side, etc, etc. All robots are fitted with a stream mech so that they don't get counted out unjustly. There is no out of the arena eliminations. You're in a box and you can't be flipped out. But that's fine. Anyway, we're on to Acid Bath. This is OC Do Not Steal stage. It is exactly the same as Melting Pot, except we've changed a few things about it. For example, the pit's a bit smaller and is acid green instead of being lava red. And we've just moved a few of the hazards about as well. Once again, big pit, Firestorm 3, flip them in, job's done, easy peasy. You may have noticed as well that we do have sort of power-ups on the side of on the 2 sides of the screen. These range from things like being able to turn on the spot, to have your weapon automatically fire. The useful ones are the wheel, which is you get a speed boost for about 20 to 30 seconds. And stealth camouflage, which looks like it's sort of 8 areas, and it helps you get the opponents off your back a little. The most useful one, however, is of course moving faster. We can maneuver better. We can maneuver where we need to be a lot better. We can flip them or pit them a lot more quickly. We are up against a Hypnodisc, which is a very destructive robot. However, we were able to flip it nicely into the pit quite quickly. So that doesn't actually show you how bad the robot is. It's to fight sometimes. You know, it is a bad fight with Firestorm. But yeah, other than that, I guess time for more donations. Hi all! Right. Now we're on to stage 5, which is Desert Storm. We have to do bronze, silver and gold for this to unlock Red Planet Rumble. And we have to do it on Bash and Dash. We do, however, switch our strategy from This is where we switch a strategy in gold. We switch it from Firestorm to the just pitted Dominator 2. Dominator 2 is, like we said, is very good at picking off opponents. We use it for safety because there is a robot called Propellerhead who has a rotating bar similar to Hypnodiscs that runs, well, 360 degrees. And it is very annoying to deal with because, well, if you're Firestorm, good luck trying to get into it. It's basically always active, even though it's a flywheel type weapon, it will slow down on contact. So that you will see us switch up our strategy at that point. But that's not until gold. Hypnodisc is able to be dealt with alone, but it's much easier to use Dominator 2. Because the opponents are rushing you, it's just better to take a potential time loss if we have to face off against Hypnodisc and just maneuver ourselves in such a way that we just outlast it in Bash and Dash. It's slow, but it's safe. Now, as you see, we're switching to Dominator 2. This is for safety. Looking at the robots we have, we're actually in an okay position. We didn't get Propellerhead, which is nice. Unfortunately, we've got Pussycat, which isn't nice, but you know. Pussycat can be annoying to get into the pit because 3D mechanics are weird sometimes. And that's not what you want to do. Fall into the pit. Kyle, at this rate, I'm not getting world record. I'm sorry. Yeah, the strategy is going to be the same. We just activate the pit. We'll activate the Disc of Doom just for potential extra damage. We'll let Razor drive into the pit themselves this time, however. Yeah, now time for the last stage, Red Planet Rumble. We're going to use Dominator 2, because if we use Firestorm, this battle becomes a bit longer, because the mechanic of the stage is, well, we're on Mars. We're fighting on Mars. The gravity is lowered. So if we were to flip robots, like Firestorm did to Tornado, they're going to fly for longer. They may take a bit more damage on the way down, but they're going to be in the air longer. They're not going to come down for a while. It's just generally faster to be Dominator. You know, it's also Mayhem. The robots are going to be more likely in a position where they will 1v1 you. And therefore, you're more able to just get the axe in and get them pitted. Of course, it can also be a bit slower because your opponents don't actually try to drive into you, and they all go after each other. But that's a different story. At this point, again, I guess donations. I was doing fun until I pitted myself. Yep. Yeah, but I didn't hit myself on purpose, did I? Okay, we've got speed up. That's perfect. Really big cheese. That's annoying. Oh well. We got good. We got speed boost. We got a good power up for this fight. Yeah, only 3D Robot Wars in on the Game Boy Advance. The PC Xbox version and the PC PlayStation 2 game Arenas of Destruction does have 3D physics a bit more. But this is the only Game Boy Advance game which has 3D physics, and they're not the best of things. We got no good power-ups. Okay, we don't have to... We also got Propeller Head in this fight, and this is why we use Dominator 2. Whilst Propeller Head can only show up in gold, it is a pain to deal with as Firestorm, because again, 360-degree weapon. So better just leave it to the professionals. Now, we can win fights by just ramming into opponents, but we could also take a lot of damage from that. It's risky. It's better to wait. And since we're away from the pit, I'm just going to use my weapon as it was intended and just pickaxe them. Like, I'm in this fight too, you know. Why aren't you going after me? Now, if Pussycat would just go into the pit, that would be amazing. There we go. And that's time. I've crushed my world record! Kyle! Wow. We absolutely crushed it! Like, Kyle! For those of you who can't see the fact that there are... who are actually seeing the channel point rewards, Kyle's calling me cute. But yeah, that is world record for Robot Wars Extreme Destruction any percent with mass and commentary, because of course it does.